We're at 110 hours on our John Deere 3046R, and we have had it for about a year and 2 months, maybe year and 3 months, can't remember exactly. Needs to be washed, but overall we really love it. We use it all the time for all sorts of different things. Right now we got the forks on there. We're gonna use it for the mill. Jace is just going inside. He's got to change the blades on the mill. Favorite attachment? It's hard to tell, but the 3 attachments we have been incredibly useful. We've got the bucket, the forks, and this big tool rack. It goes on a 3-point hitch here. We live kind of like a modern homestead life, I guess you could say. We both have full-time jobs. We have raised bed gardens, we got field gardens. We maple sugar. We've got the mill. We've got about 17 acres, so got a mile loop trail that goes down the hill through our property. We use the tractor for obviously the milling, moving lumber, moving logs. We've got, we even use it for our trash cans, because where we have to bring our trash cans is a pretty long driveway. Use it to harvest and fertilize. I keep a couple of the fertilizers in here, on the side here, for the gardens, but the big 50-pound bag and stuff goes in here. We harvest right into the bucket and into the rack in the back, into the bucket, moving compost and mulch. We also did get the planer or grader thing, so Jace used that to clean up the driveway. 110 hours on it. We've got almost the entire time has always had that big rack on it. Obviously we had to use it with the chainsaw. We had a couple trees fall this year. Having that rack on there with all the different tools makes our life a lot easier. Things I really like: the seat adjustment, so Jason and I both can reach the pedals because I'm short. I'm pretty comfortable driving it. I've got a lot of hours on this thing. A lot more than I thought I would. We've got, I like that the rack is on the 3-point so I can lift it up and down. It also adds some weight in the back of the tractor. The forks I'm getting better at, but it's a little hard for me to see sometimes. So I do like to have a spotter when I have to maneuver the forks in a specific area. We've got, we did have a sensor issue. We had to have United Ag and Turf come out and help with that. It was right in sugaring season, so that was a little stressful. This is my means for picking up sap. And we put a big barrel in the back rack there. Move snow with it. Done pretty much a little bit of everything. If this doesn't get used for 2-3 hours a weekend, it's kind of a big surprise at this point. The brakes, a couple things that I've noticed is that the e-brake just has a little small light, which sometimes I can't see because the steering wheel's in the way. So it would be nice if it had a beep, kind of like a car. This allows for the brakes to be separate, right and left. This sometimes comes up when I don't expect it. So a lot of times I'm using my heel to push this back in, so just paying attention to that. For me, I've had a hip replacement, so for me, leaning over to take the brake on and off isn't the most comfortable. But those are really small things. We would not go any smaller. It's definitely one of those things where this is probably the smallest that our property and our hobbies could handle. being the 3046R. Jace really wants, I think, a 4 Series now, but it's done a lot of work for us in the past year, 110 hours, and we've definitely enjoyed having it. What's your favorite part of the tractor?
It's a tractor.
It is a tractor? What's your least favorite thing of the tractor? That it's not bigger?
It's pretty good.
What attachment do you wish we had?
Chipper.
The chipper?
Yep.
Yeah. I want the post hole digger too.
Yep.
We probably need a pretty big chipper.
Yep.
So we've got some wish list items. What about the oil change? How was doing that?
That was easy.
Oil easy? Any tips? Was
Not
it
really.
Was it messy?
No.
That's good.
But the one weird thing was that the John Deere filter is much smaller than the Yanmar filter. So
Did you change it to a Yanmar?
nope. But when I went to change the oil for the first time, I was kind of confused because the Yanmar filter is a whole lot bigger. So if you look, here, the Yanmar filter was that much bigger, so the paint is obviously way farther out than where the filter is. So I thought I had the wrong filter at first, but that is the correct filter.
That's a good tip. What's your favorite use of the tractor that we've done so far? Their biggest helper on the property.
Just moving stuff around.
Yeah. I was thinking probably that oak tree that fell on the driveway.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know if we would have been able to do that with just the pickup truck. That would have been hell.
Yep.
Cool. Well, if you guys have any questions, let us know. We got this one in Greenfield, Mass, United Ag and Turf. And yeah, we definitely like it. And we're gonna keep on updating you here and there. It's kind of horrible lighting, but this is how we harvest into our tractor using this kind of tool rack bed. It's called the big tool rack. It's on a 3-point hitch and carries all our tools as well, which is really nice for being out here in the garden.